I've resisted asking about the Rubik's Cube, but I'm going to. I think you've got a way to tie your scuba experience and passion into your legal practice management skill set.
You and I have talked about puzzles for a long time. In fact, you've sent me some over the years in the mail, which has been nice. But I got into these, kind of a fun story. So my wife has a lot of family in India. And I was in India visiting her family, and she has a 5-year-old niece named Nishka that came out and just solved one of these in front of my face in about 3 minutes, and it freaked me out. It's like, I don't know what kind of magic that is. But I started getting into cubes and pyramixes at the time, and when I teach my eDiscovery students, I pull one of these out, and I think about it in terms of like project management. If you just start spinning this around quickly, trying to get things to line up, you're never going to solve it, right? You have to start with the end in mind. What is your goal? Where are you going? What do you want to accomplish? And when you look at this, there's really only 3 different kind of pieces. I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's the center pieces that you'll notice they don't move, right? They're always static. So that determines what that side's color is going to be, right? We've got white, and opposite of white is always going to be yellow. Right, so the center pieces are always the same. The only things that move are edge pieces and corner pieces, 2 sides, 3 sides. So when you have that in mind, you can start to move things around in a way, and I'm gonna just on the fly here, I don't wanna waste a ton of time, but I'm going to start to make some shapes. So you'll see I've made a daisy here. I've got yellow in the middle, white around it, and I'm gonna take, and my first thing is I'm gonna try to solve the white side. And if we need to move on, say the word.
This is great.
So I've got the bottom side, which is white, right? My goal is I want to start from the bottom and work my way up. So right now I've got 4 non-whites there. I'm going to take and do some little algorithms that make sense. Now I've got 3, right? Let me shorten this up a little bit. It's nerve-wracking with a camera on you trying to do this.
You're used to the hot seat. This is good.
You can see I've got 1 left, right? I can see that white one's here. So I've got to find a way to flip that in. Boom. So what you'll notice now is I have a fully white side, but even more than that, I have the first layer fully realized. So I'm more than a third done with this cube. And that's cool, but I'm going to move up and do a second row, and you get the point. As an example, you can see this side I know is going to be blue because the center is blue. But I need to move this blue and orange piece to blue and orange here. Right, so I'm looking at that. How do I do that? You do a few moves, and I'll do this. I'll put it away. But you'll notice that blue and orange piece is now in place, right, in between. So you just go through and chip away at what you know with that goal in mind, and it just helps you get to a result sooner that is something you can leverage. My favorite thing to do is to solve the cube and get it all done except for 2 pieces and then hand it to someone, because trying to fix those last 2 pieces without messing everything else up makes them want to punch me in the face. So maybe we'll do that after.
That's a good illustration. No, it's captivating.
Start with the end in mind.
Absolutely.
Right?
That's one of the most important project management principles. A lot of folks think about what's right in front of them, but we always say, where are we heading? What does success look like? How do we get there?
Yeah, and can I give a plea to software companies real quick? We have time?
Of course.
One of my biggest frustrations is, because you nailed it, project management is the key to success, not just in eDiscovery, but in litigation. It's being able to get all your thoughts down, be productive, get your task list, Kanban organization, getting all of your ducks in a row. People always say document, but in what? Do you have to keep separate Word files for things? So it really frustrates me that the eDiscovery tools haven't solved that yet. I haven't found a tool yet that has a project management module in it that really allows you to do all of your tasks and your to-dos and your lining up of your scheduling of what you need to do. And that's key. That is so key for litigation, eDiscovery, anything that you're doing in the legal space.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more. Thanks for showing us that. I'm fascinated now. I'm going to get some lessons offline.